Good morning, students. I welcome you all for today's presentation. Myself, Dr. Mehta Bukhari, Professor of Botany from Government College of Arts, Science and Commerce, KPM, Goa. The program is Bachelor of Science for the students of first year BSc Botany, Semester 1. The course code is BOC 101. Course title is Biodiversity 1, which includes microbes, algae, fungi, and bryophytes. The title of the unit is Bryophytes, and the module name is Classification and Morphology of Anthoceros. The outline includes classification of Anthoceros and morphology of Anthoceros. Upon completion of this module, students will acquire knowledge on the occurrence and distribution of Anthoceros, learn about the classification of Anthoceros, and also understand the morphology of Anthoceros. Before we begin with the classification, let us see what are bryophytes. Bryophytes are a group of primitive land plants which grows in moist and shady places. They are not fully adapted to the land conditions, and since they require water to complete their life cycle, they are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom. They lack the true root, stem, and leaves. They possess hair-like structures called rhizoids, which helps in attachment and absorption. Bryophytes also lack the vascular tissues like xylem and phloem. Now let us begin with the classification of Anthoceros. Anthoceros belongs to division Bryophyta, class Anthocerotae, order Anthocerotales, family Anthocerotaceae, and genus Anthoceros. Let us see how the members of each of these ranks of classifications are characterized. Coming to division Bryophyta, the members of bryophytes are characterized by thalloid plant body, absence of roots, stem, and leaves, absence of vascular tissues, and presence of rhizoids. It belongs to class Anthocerotaceae, which says that the thallus is homogeneous internally, capsule is with meristematic tissue, and the capsule wall is multi-layered or multistratose. Order Anthocerotales. The sex organs are embedded in the gametophytic tissues. The sporophyte is erect and projects out of the thallus. Then comes family Anthocerotaceae. Here, the capsule is linear and vertical. Stomata are present on the capsule wall. Elaters are either 1 to 4 cell structures. They are branched or unbranched, smooth or thick walled. And then comes the genus Anthoceros. Coming to the occurrence and distribution of Anthoceros, it is distributed in the tropical and temperate regions of the world. It occurs in moist and shady places and also in the rock crevices. Across the globe, over 208 species have been reported so far. And in India, they are reported from Eastern Himalayas, Western Himalayas, South India, plains of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Bihar. In India, 32 species have been reported, and some of the Indian species are Anthoceros erectus, Anthoceros gemylosus, Anthoceros manglorius, Anthoceros crispulus, Anthoceros levis, Anthoceros himalayensis, Anthoceros subtilis, Anthoceros punctatus. In the Western Himalayas, we get species like Anthoceros himalayensis, Anthoceros chambensis, and Anthoceros erectus, whereas Anthoceros manglorius is reported from Mangalore. These are the diagrammatic representation of some of the Indian species of Anthoceros, which includes Anthoceros levis, Anthoceros crispulus, Anthoceros subtilis, Anthoceros erectus, Anthoceros gemylosus, Anthoceros punctatus, and Anthoceros himalayensis. Now let us see the external morphology of Anthoceros. In Anthoceros, the plant body is an adult gametophyte. It is thalloid with irregular or dichotomous branches. The gametophyte here is dark green, dorsiventrally flattened, spongy, and velvety in appearance. The body shows large, opaque, more or less rounded, dark bluish green patches which are of nostoc colonies, and these patches are seen on the ventral surface of the thallus. These are the images of Anthoceros, wherein we can see the velvety appearance of thalloid plant body, and also we can see the sporophyte, which is erect, cylindrical, greenish in color, and arising on the dorsal side of the thallus. Here is the habit of Anthoceros. Again, we can see the gametophytic plant body, the sporophyte, which is erect, cylindrical, with a dehiscing capsule. At the base of the sporophyte, we can see a covering or a sheet known as involucre, whereas rhizoids are seen on the underside of the thallus, which are simple, smooth-walled, hair-like structures, and which helps in attachment and absorption. Let us see the thalli in different Anthoceros species. In Anthoceros crispulus, as we can see here, the thalli are arranged in overlapping small rosettes, which are about 0.5 to 1.5 centimeters in diameter. The dorsal surface of the thallus may have flat lobes, lamellate, imparting a velvety appearance. The thallus of Anthoceros erectus is often raised on a prominent and upright stalk, expanding above into a cup-like structure. In Anthoceros himalayensis, the thallus is deeply lobed, whereas in Anthoceros laevis, the dorsal surface of the thallus is smooth. In species like Anthoceros fusiformis, the thallus is roughened with ridges and spines. This is all about the various Anthoceros species showing variation in the thalli structure. The rhizoids in Anthoceros are seen on the underside of the thallus. They are simple, smooth-walled type. Anthoceros shows absence of tuberculated rhizoids and scales. The sex organs here are present on the dorsal side. The sporophyte is found projecting outward on the gametophyte. Since it is horn-like in appearance, the members of Anthocerote are also called as hornwarts. And as the capsule is photosynthetic in nature, it makes the sporophyte partially dependent on the gametophyte. The sporophyte is mainly formed during September and October month. These are the references which are used for preparing the e-content. Thank you.